What's up, everybody? It's Kyle with another episode of Unlocking Your Inner Strength. Sitting outside on a beautiful, beautiful February day. Enjoyed the Super Bowl last night at one of my best friend's house with two of my other best friends. So there was 4 families there. It was really great. It was a really good time. We left about midway through the third quarter. Obviously, try to get the kids home, get them to sleep at somewhat of a decent hour, which doesn't always go as planned, as you know, or maybe you don't know. So that was cool. Yesterday morning, I went for a hike over at Cushytunk near Round Valley, which is a reservoir here in New Jersey, but it's a steep incline. Wore my 80-pound vest up and over. This coming week, I'll probably go up and over twice. 2 of the guys were with me, Owner and Okan, who are good friends of mine. They're actually my video crew as well. These guys are crushing it. They're doing big things in that world. I think a lot of you have seen that if you've been watching the videos. So we have big plans for that. Big plans. So that was cool. Then we went to a birthday party. My niece's birthday party. 6th birthday party, I'll add. So it's always great to be with family. So a lot of family stuff yesterday, family-filled day. Saturday, what did we do? We worked out. I had basketball. So coaching Braxton's guys. I hadn't been there in a couple weeks because we were away on vacation. And reminds me of when I was a phys ed teacher. It was great being with all the little guys. But my station, once we go through our some of our skill work, we've been doing stations. And my station has been rebounding, because I love rebounding. And I explained to the kids that it takes a certain mentality to get a rebound. You're going to war. So actually I haven't played a game called War where they're going at it. I throw the ball up into 2 teams, boom, whoever gets the ball first wins. But instilling that warrior's mindset into there's actually a bee right here on the phone. Look at that. Finger length away. But you need a warrior's mindset. And I want to teach the kids that, because then it carries over to the rest of their life as they go through life. Right? Just having this warrior's mindset. Doing tough stuff takes a tough person. Tough people have more success in life. And don't kid yourself. You will be happier the more you succeed. But happiness, there's that bee I told you about, see? Happiness is really going to come down to your growth. And the growth is going to come down to the struggles that you have. And stepping into those struggles. And embracing them. And realizing that the struggles are mental and spiritual resistance training. So that's a key thing. So basketball was cool. It was really good. Then we had a nice family Valentine's Day. Actually, before we get to the family Valentine's Day stuff that we did that Devin had planned, she's always so good at planning that stuff out. Devin and I had our introductory lesson to transcendental meditation, something I've been wanting to do. So we got signed up for that. And we are officially starting February 25th. It's a series of 4 lessons that will be taught to us individually. Something I plan on, as they tell you, it's got to be done twice a day, 20 minutes, morning and afternoon. But I really think that's going to take my mental game to the next level. I'm just really super stoked about it. So that was cool. And then Devin had all these games, stacking the little hearts, the candy hearts. We made a canvas thing of a heart. We all did it as a family. So it was good stuff. Really good weekend. Now, what I want to go over with you guys, if you see this here, okay? So this is the daily planner. Got this dude on it, this funny-looking guy right here, Newell Strength Panda. So this is what we give to our members at the gym. And something that I've been doing for a long time is really trying to master my time. We all have the same amount of time. Depends on what you're focusing on as far as how that time is used. And before I break this down for you, just to show you an example, it doesn't really matter what planner you use. I feel like this is the best one. It's very, very simple. How you speak about your time will determine what you do with your time. If you say things like, I waste time, I'm just killing time, I got time to spare, things that might have a negative association with time. We want to get rid of that stuff. How do you enjoy your time? How do you invest your time? So start thinking along those lines. So back in 2014, I got into a funk. Couldn't figure out why. It was kind of around when I was doing my last 2 bodybuilding shows. So that's almost nine years ago coming up. And I was so focused on them that somewhere along that path, within those months, I stopped planning out my day the night before, which was something I was really religious about. And I don't really know why. Take a sip of some Death Wish coffee on a 72-hour fast right now, every week for the month. So maybe I'll give you a little tidbit about how my body comp was at the end of the episode, guys. Pretty awesome, though. It's just a testament to the panda fasting. But I stopped planning my days out, and I couldn't figure out why I was in this funk. It was almost like a mild depression. And talking with Vince, who's one of my good friends and somebody that's been coaching me for 11 years now. So I've had a coach for 11 years. Other coaches as well, but Vince has been with me the longest. You know, he's really been instrumental in my life. He said, well, what are you doing for your planner? What are you doing? And I said, you know what? I stopped planning my day. And that was the whole key. Once I got back to planning my day and I wasn't just wandering around aimlessly, waking up and be like, well, what do I do now? So I got back to planning. But it makes a big difference. So I just want to break this down for you guys. So within this, if you're watching on Facebook, you can see this. Otherwise, I'll kind of just go over this if you're listening to iTunes or wherever you guys listen. There's a weekly brain dump that you do. And a brain dump is basically set the timer for 10 minutes. You could go longer if you want, but anything that is on your mind, you're jotting down. Could be, and it's not a goal list. It doesn't necessarily have to do with goals that all have to tie together. It could be anything. It could be a movie you want to see. It could be something you got to do around the house, a business meeting you have to have, a book you have to read. But you do a brain dump because all that stuff attracts energy. It magnetizes energy, and it'll burn up a lot of needless energy if you don't get it out of your brain onto paper. So we do a brain dump, and then from there, and I usually do this Friday mornings, we go for the weekly planner. So this is going to start setting you up for the next week. Top 3 crucial results for this coming week. You know, and use your brain dump, the stuff you have on here. It's really cool because you can just kind of pull stuff over. Projects that you need to make progress on this week. So for example, I need to make progress on the Kyle Newell website this week. That's a big piece of what we're doing with my personal branding stuff. What days am I planning for leisure and recreation? Okay, when you got to plan that stuff, guys. And think about the word recreation, recreating yourself. You need to take time to plan that stuff, but I put that within there. Top 3 relationships I want to nurture this week. So top 3 relationships, write them down. Are your goals on track or off track? Best results that you will be happy with this week. So that's a weekly thing that we do. Now, if you look at how we design these, okay, this is the daily page. Now at the top has tomorrow's date. So I always do this the night before. And actually me and the leadership team at Newell Strength, we have a group text where we text each other a picture of this filled out every night to hold each other accountable. So tomorrow's date, then you can write your big goal or affirmation. You write that at the top. Because the more you focus on something, the more it's going to expand. When you focus on something, that's why most people don't, one of the reasons most people don't achieve goals, they don't focus on it enough. They write it down and they forget it. Don't do that. You gotta bring attention to it. Where your attention goes, energy flows, and results will follow. And then what you're going to do is you're going to write down your wins for the day. The brain is hardwired for the negative. So all this is designed with mind map principles throughout. Just like with the panda. You might not see it on the surface, but it's in there because I know how the brain works. And I know how to hit the right buttons on the brain to achieve success. But wins from today. So write down your 3 wins. That could change your state of mind instantly. Write down 3 things that you're grateful for. What are you grateful for in your life? Because I tell you what, if you're not grateful and you don't have gratitude, an attitude of gratitude, you're not going to get more. You're not going to receive more in your life to be grateful for. If you're just saying like, whatever, I got my kids. No big deal. And that's something I've been doing along those lines too, guys. More of a stoic principle, philosophy is, what if I didn't have them? What if they were taken away from me? What if I lost Devin? And actually the first time I did a big mushroom trip, psychedelic trip, and that was that was June 13th of 2020. It was a bad trip because I got into this thought pattern that Devin and the kids were not coming back to me. We had this all planned out. They were out for the day. And I was in this alternate dimension. And it was scary, guys. but I got what I needed, because at that time, if you remember, that was right after we had been through all the stuff with COVID, with the gyms, being on the national media. It was emotionally draining for me, right? And I was focused on that stuff, not focused on my family as much as I should have been. So the message I got from that was, you got everything you need, man. What are you doing? You got everything you need. A beautiful family, beautiful wife. You got everything right here. And anyhow, that's kind of another thing, something I'm really into now, is exploring the mind through those avenues. But I'm grateful for them. Next, you go through your day. 6 things, no more than 6 things that you have to do on your list. 6 things you can rank priority if you want, right here. And then how much time, this is key. Write down how much time each thing you're going to allot to. So if you say you're going to give it 30 minutes, 30 minutes. Set the timer. Nothing creates focus like intense time pressure. That is a key principle. Work to the clock. Work to the clock. I always got the timer going on my phone, right? I always got the timer going on it, because it keeps me focused, keeps me locked in. I'm racing against the clock. So you put those things down. Put your wake-up time, right? And one of the keys to successful sleep is having a consistent wake-up time. Exercise. What are you doing for exercise? I believe that should be done every day, even if it's just a walk, stretching, whatever. AM routine. So what are you doing? So usually on mine, I write cold tub, read, write. It's a simple morning routine, but that's what I've really simplified it. You know, that's the main thing I'll do. And be the bumblebee. I got the bumblebee tattoo right there. You can see it if you're watching live. Who are you going to reach out to on that day? Just to say, hey, man, I'm thinking of you. Hey, you've meant a lot in my life. Just wanted to say thank you. Be the bumblebee. It takes the focus off the self. And anytime you run into times of anxiety or stress, you're too focused on the self, on yourself. Put the focus on somebody else. You're going to feel instantly better. And then you go down to schedule your appointments down here. What time are you home by? When is bedtime? And what learning do you have planned for the day? So I always have learning planned. That's another thing. That's key. You have to be intentional about your learning. Otherwise, it's not going to happen. I like to consider myself a voracious learner. And the knowledge that you develop can never be taken away from you guys. Anyhow, that's everything you need. If you do that every day, you're going to see a huge difference within your life. You're going to see a huge difference within your life. So that's highly effective, very simple. Usually the best things are simple, but that's how you would use a planner. And I can't stress it enough. Even if you just take out a pen and blank notebook, start planning out your days, guys. It'll make a tremendous difference within your life. Tremendous difference. That's what I got for you guys today. If you like that, please just hit the like button. Maybe share this with somebody. Maybe leave a good review for us somewhere, or from me on iTunes, whatever it is. We've been doing a lot of stuff on Instagram now, the Panda Man Official. So I'm going to keep giving you guys sneak peeks behind the scenes as I grow that business, because it's pretty cool. I had my first official sale with that business last week, so that was really exciting. Actually, I had 2, but man, almost in tears with the first one. It's been something I've been wanting to do for a long time. And if you guys need elite mindset coaching, hit me up. You guys know what I do. And that's especially if you don't live locally and you know, you're not don't have access to Newell Strength. This is what I do, guys. You guys have a great day. Keep winning at life. Keep spreading the positive energy. Peace.